Hi everybody, this is Jim Higley, and here's a very simple video on how to film a movie using your iPhone and turning it into a pretty nifty little edited movie using the cool app iMovie. Okay, now we're looking at my iPhone, and we're going to go to the photo section, which basically is the album of all the photos I've recently taken. The last two on here are movies, and you know that because they have the little video camera icon in the lower left-hand corner. We'll actually be using this very last one for our iMovie test. I'm going to go out of that now, and I'm going to go to my iMovie app, which I've recently added. Open it up, and it launches to the home page. Makes a little funny noise. And the first thing I need to do is bring the movie we're going to work with into iMovies. You do that by clicking the plus sign here, which opens up the next screen. From there, I have to select by pushing that little film strip button. I select. Now I'm looking at the videos that are in my iPhone. They're no longer thumb strips; they're actually film strips now. And so this is one film strip. This is a film strip. This is a film strip, etc. This happens to be the one, the very top one that we're going to want to use. So I highlight it and see it brings an arrow up there. So we're going to push the arrow, which will bring that video from my iPhone into iMovies. So now I've got a film strip at the bottom, and this is my working field that I will do some simple editing. Top right corner is a little wheel. Click that, and it doesn't really matter the order you do these. This is just how I happen to like to do it. I'm going to add theme music, which you have basically one choice. You can add it, and you'll hear it in a second. The last two on here, fade in from black, fade out to black. That just adds some fade in, fade out at the beginning and end of your little movie. Along here are a bunch of different themes that you can lay over your movie to give it different graphic elements. And you can play with those. I happen to like the one that's just called Simple. And there I'm done with that part. Now I want to add a title or two, and you do that by double-clicking on your film strip, which brings up this field. You see the word title, style. I'm going to click it, and I have some options where to add titles. I want to add a title at the opening, which brings a field here, which now I'm going to double-click or click, giving me my keypad, and I'm going to type in the name of this movie. You don't have to use titles, by the way. You could actually do a movie without a title. I'm going to click Done. I also want a subtitle, which I've learned a workaround for a subtitle. There's an automatic location field, which will put in the location where the video is filmed. You could certainly delete that and just have nothing. In this case, I'm going to use that field to put my website, which for purposes of this little mini video is what I'd like to do. But you could leave it empty and blank if you'd like. Oops, I need to spell it right. Hold on. All right. So that adds my subtitle, which is optional. Boy. Except I'm not spelling it. There we go. Okay, and I'm done with that. The only other thing I could possibly want to do is to do some editing, clipping at the beginning or the end. In this case, I just happen to know that it needs a little bit of clipping at the end. So I'm going to double click on the film strip, and I actually went too far. There. Double click on it, which brings, it wraps a yellow line around it, including a yellow ball. That yellow ball, I'm going to grab it with my finger and drag it just a little bit. Hold on. I'm going to drag it, and that actually just cut a little bit of the end of the video off. You have to kind of play with it a little bit. It's not perfectly easy to do, but basically by using your finger you can cut parts of the video out. You can also splice it in the middle. But for purposes of this, I will just leave it at that. And with that, we are done. and that gives us a finished
from Bobblehead Dad
video.
Celebrate something every day. I don't care what it is.
Okay.
Yourself, your child, your spouse.
Now from there, the next thing you would need to do is to send that video somewhere. You can send it to yourself. You can email it. I like to send it to my YouTube account, which I'm going to do that by going to the home screen, which the home screen will show all the videos that you've recently, or that you have in your portfolio. This is the one that we just did. It's called My Project 11. I could actually retitle that, but for now I'll just leave it like that. This is the video we just did, and there is an icon at the bottom with an arrow coming out of it, and from there you click it and you can send it to back to your camera. So this would be the edited version that you would save on your camera. You can send it to YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, and other places. I just actually want to send it to my YouTube account, which I would do here by filling in some basic information. For purpose of this, I'm not going to fill it all out, and simply send it by sharing it to my YouTube account. And that's how you do it. And in a minute or two, this will now be sitting in my YouTube account. From there, I can change the settings to add further information as needed. And that's it. That's how you do a simple iMovie edited movie in your iPhone. This is Jim Higley, Bobblehead Dad.